What if the hero we thought we knew at the end of Dune Part 2 actually becomes the biggest threat in Dune Part 3? Paul Atreides didn't just win a war, he might have kickstarted something that will change the entire galaxy forever. Dune 2021 and Dune Part 2 showed us one thing very clearly: how an ordinary kid, Paul Atreides, slowly transforms into a leader, then a symbol, then the center of an empire. In Part 1, he learns to survive. In Part 2, he learns to fight. And by the end, he reaches a point where his decisions don't just affect him, they determine the future of the entire universe. And that's where the real question begins. After gaining such immense power, where does Paul Atreides actually go from here? Because when someone gets that much power, the story isn't just about war anymore. It becomes about control and the future. One theory suggests that Paul's greatest strength, his ability to see the future, his prescience, is actually his biggest trap. He sees countless futures and tries to find a single perfect path. But here's the kicker: that perfect path doesn't actually exist. Every decision he makes to avoid what he fears just pushes him closer to that very future. In Part 2, we saw people start to see Paul as their Messiah. But when billions blindly believe in someone, that person loses control of their own life, because then reality isn't shaped by his actions, but by people's belief in him. Meaning, even if Paul does nothing, wars will start in his name. People will die in his name. This is where the biggest problem begins. When politics, religion, and power mix, they create an unstoppable system. And once that system starts, no single person can stop it. Not even Paul Atreides. The deepest theory is that Paul might realize that as long as he holds power, this destruction will continue. So he might make a decision that no hero ever wants to make, removing himself or destroying the very image he created. Because sometimes being a hero isn't about winning, it's about losing yourself. So the question is, where will Dune Part 3 actually go? Which of the theories we've discussed do you think is most likely? One theory says Paul will create the very future he tries to avoid. Another says he'll become a messiah and lose control. And yet another suggests everything will become an unstoppable system. Which one feels most realistic to you? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're into these kinds of cinematic breakdowns and movie analysis, then smash that like button and subscribe. Because the biggest question still remains: is Paul Atreides truly a hero or the universe's biggest turning point? Knowing the future doesn't mean controlling everything. Sometimes it just confirms exactly which path you're destined to lose yourself on. See you in the next video. Until then, stay awesome.